Okay, so today we've been solving these equations. So today we're going to look at one of the applications of equations. One of the toughest things we have is translating words into equations so that we can solve them. There's all sorts of keywords we can use, like increased by or decreased by or times and whatever, that indicate those operations. But let's say we're going to run into something like this. In many cases, we have a set formula, like the perimeter of a rectangle. If I have a rectangle with a length and a width, its perimeter is going to be 2 times that length plus 2 times that width. Remember, perimeter is just the distance around, so the brute force way is just to add up the sides, length plus width plus length plus width. We're just combining it here and making it a little bit simpler. Probably the simplest type of problem we could use for a perimeter problem would be if we were given either the length or the width along with the perimeter. For example, we might be told a rectangle with perimeter of 128 has a width of 21. Find the length. So, here's our length. This is 21 units here. I look at our formula, and I always write the formula out to make sure I fill things in correctly. The perimeter is 128, so I'm going to replace P with 128. The length is what we're looking for, so we're going to leave the L. W is the width, which we're given as 21. So we're going to put 2 times 21. So our first step, just like any of our other equations, is to simplify whatever we can. That's going to be the 2 times 21 here to get 42. So 128 equals 2L plus 42. Now we have an equation here that's very similar to ones we've solved before. What are we going to do first? Subtract 42. So we get 86 equals 2L, and then divide by 2. Get 43 equals L. So we found the length is 43 units. But it can be a little more complex than that. We might have a rectangle with perimeter of 440 has a length that is 3 times the width. Find the length and the width. So now this time, we're not given either the length or the width, but we are told that the length is 3 times the width. So what we can do here is we can say the length is equal to 3 times W. So we're going to use that instead of L when we put it into our formula. So we've got our perimeter formula there. The perimeter itself is 440, so we put 440 in where the P is. 2L, well, we said we were going to use 3W in place of L, so this is going to be 2 times 3W plus the 2W there. So 440, 2 times 3W is 6W. What's next? Combine. What do we combine? 6W and 2W makes 8W. And then divide by 8, which is going to give us W is 55. All done? No, because it said to find the length and the width. We found the width. The length is going to be 3 times the width, so 3 times 55 is 165. So now we're done. We have both the length and the width. We might have a rectangle with perimeter of 94 has a length that is 7 more than the width. Find the length and the width. So once again, rectangle. Here's the width, here's the length, but we are told that that length is 7 more than the width. So we go to fill stuff in here. We know that the perimeter is 94, so I'll put 94 in there. 2 times L is going to become 2 times W plus 7. I have to put it in parentheses there because the whole thing has to be multiplied by 2. Plus 2W. Now what? We see the parentheses. Is there anything to do in the parentheses? Nothing to do in, so we're going to multiply by 2. 2 times W is 2W. 2 times 7 is 14, and then we just have the other 2W still sitting there. And then, yeah, 2W and 2W makes 4W, bless you, plus 14. And then, subtract 14. 80 equals 4W, and as Brennan said, divide by 4. So 20 equals W. Now again, we're not done. We still need to find L. It's going to be 20 plus 7 is 27 is the length. So we have found the length and the width. What do you think? Not too shabby? Okay. Well, since the energy level is just shooting through the roof in here today. Page 260, exercise 6.5, 1 through 25, the odd. That's it.